Let's take a look at the Red Sea crossing. In Exodus in chapter 13 and 14, the Bible tells us exactly where the Red Sea crossing took place. In chapter 13, verse 18, it says, "But God led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea. And the children of Israel went up harnessed out of the land of Egypt. And they took their journey from Succoth and encamped in Etham in the edge of the wilderness." Exodus 14:1 says, "Speak unto the children of Israel that they turn and encamp before Pirahiroth, between Migdol and the sea, over against Baal Zephon. Before it you shall encamp by the sea. For Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, they are entangled in the land. The wilderness has shut them in." As you can see, the route of the Exodus is clearly defined. The children of Israel came out of Egypt first. Its ancient boundaries are illustrated by the color green on this map. And afterwards, they went by the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea in the Sinai Peninsula. Immediately, we realize that the crossing could not have taken place near the Gulf of Suez, for they would not have been out of Egypt. They were now heading towards the Gulf of Aqaba, and understanding this is the key. So this map shows the children of Israel how they were led via the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea to Etham, where they turned and encamped by the sea. The result of this turning was significant. It caused Pharaoh to assume they had made a strategic military blunder and that they had become entangled or shut in by the wilderness. When we look at Google Earth images, we can see why Pharaoh assumed this. Turning here would have meant the children of Israel utilizing a dried up riverbed to proceed through a range of small mountains, only to arrive trapped at the edge of the Red Sea or Gulf of Aqaba. The sandy beach there is called Nuweiba Beach today. Nuweiba Beach on Google Earth has a longer and older name on other maps, Nuweiba Muzaina. One example is seen here. After translation, the name means the waters of Moses opening. The name has been since shortened to Nuweiba. Geographically, the delta is large enough to accommodate more than 1 million people fleeing slavery and oppression in Egypt. Also, it has only one effective entry and exit point. This allows you to make sense of the panic of the children of Israel when Pharaoh's armies arrived, and also how a pillar of cloud could hold back Pharaoh's entire army all night, as spoken of in Exodus chapter 14. Let's look at the physical characteristics of the site. Apart from what we've already examined, there's something very special about this site. It's underwater. Because there's an ancient river delta, silt washed down into the sea, forming a gently sloping, smooth underwater bridge to the other side. It's the only place where a crossing would have been possible. It gently slopes down at a 6-degree angle to approximately 850 meters and back up again. Other areas of the Gulf of Aqaba are as much as 1,850 meters deep and too steep to make a crossing possible. Coincidence? There's more. Monuments and artifacts found at the site and under the water appear to confirm this as the Red Sea site crossing. These include coral-encrusted chariot wheels, axles, horses' hooves, even human bones. Coral growing over the artifacts preserved their shapes, even though the perishable materials rotted a long time ago. Nasif Mohammed Hassan, the director of antiquities in Cairo, confirmed the 8-spoke chariot wheel that Ron Wyatt brought to him was the type used in the 18th dynasty, the same time historically as the biblical account of the Exodus. When Ron Wyatt first examined the site in 1978, there were 2 marble columns believed to be monuments to the location, one on each side of the crossing area. There was no visible inscription on the column on the Nuweiba side. But on the other side, there was an inscription memorializing the Red Sea crossing and praising the God of Israel for delivering the children of Israel from Egypt. It had been erected by King Solomon. Unfortunately, soon after its discovery, the Saudi government removed the pillar from the site and left a plaque where it had been located, and the picture of the plaque is below. The pillar on the Nuweiba side is still there and visible on Google Earth. If you still need convincing, the next step for the children of Israel, according to the biblical narrative, after crossing the Red Sea, was that they came to a place called Elim. It's still there. It had 70 palm trees and wells of water, and apparently it still does. Also on the Saudi Arabian side is the mountain Jabal el-Lawz, the real Mount Sinai. As Galatians 4:25 confirms, Agar is in Mount Sinai in Arabia. There are excellent documentaries and DVDs available on these topics from Ark Discovery and Anchorstone International. You can visit their websites and purchase their products.